Hello again, art friends, and welcome to Mr. O'Neill's art class on YouTube. It's Lego Week Day 4, and we are working today on kind of combining the stuff that we've been working on so far. You can see here today that I've not only got myself on here, and you're going to be seeing some of the things I'm doing in real life, you're also going to be seeing some of the things that I'm working on the computer today. So we're going to be using a piece of software that's going to help us because we are going to be making Lego stop motion. We are going to take our little Lego peoples and we are going to make them move in real, but without our hands on them. So we're going to take Lego people and we're going to be moving them around. It's called stop motion animation. If you don't have Lego people, you can use any kind of other toys or stuff or anything that you have, stuffed animals, dolls, anything will work. So if you haven't been working along with us on Lego, don't worry, you can still do this. So let's take a little look at what we're going to do. So I'm going to shrink this window down and put it in the corner. We're going to start right here on the Pathways Elementary School home page. We're going to click on staff directory right there. And we are going to go down to Teachers for All Grades. Used to be called Specials. Now on the new website, it's Teachers for All Grades. So we'll click on that. And then we're going to go to My Name, David O'Neill Art, and that's going to take you to my webpage. So now, once it loads, a little bit internet slow, that happens, is we're going to scroll down. We're going to look under Art Apps. Tinkercad is a 3D animation. We've done that one before. We're going to keep scrolling down past Sketchpad and Sketch.io to Stop Motion Animator. That's what we're going to use today. So we're going to click on Stop Motion Animator, and that is going to take us to the Chrome Web Store. So in the Chrome Web Store, you'll Stop Motion Animation. This is the little picture. This is what you'll see. And yours will not say launch app right here because you guys have to install it. It'll say something like add to Chrome or some such stuff like that. So go ahead and add this to Chrome and get ready. I'm going to launch the app, which you can do after you've installed it. So I'm going to launch that app. And it is popped up and you don't actually see it. It's popped up on my other screen over here. Let me drag it over so you can see. Maybe will it drag? There we go. So here we are with Stop Motion Animator, and you see me and you see me because whatever your camera sees is what is going to go on, okay? It's what you're going to see. So we need to set up our stop motion because we don't, we're not going to do that like that. So earlier we created a background. Remember, we've got the background here, and we have the backgrounds taped off a little bit to this, and we had a major problem during that one of getting this to stand up. So I figured out that if I wanted it to stand up, if I add this big old piece of cardboard behind it, it works really well. So I'm going to move you guys over so you can see a little bit of what I'm doing. So I'm going to, well, maybe. Sort of. Okay, there you go. So you can see that I'm going to take this cardboard and I'm going to get that taped off to it. So I've got this standing background up here and it's standing up to this piece of cardboard. Now I have two monitors, right? I've got a monitor over here and I've got a monitor over here. You don't have that on your most iPads and iPods and Chromebooks and things that you guys are going to be using. This camera will be over here. So I'm going to move it so you kind of see what you would be seeing, what it would look like if you were doing this on your laptop. So if you were doing this on your laptop, that's why we make this background. Where am I? Over there? Woo! That's why we make this background, is I pop up like right out of the corner, and we can set up to where you put your little Lego pieces down here. You can create those with the plates, have them on there, and you may want more than one plate on your thing, which I am, of course, having trouble finding at the moment. So we'll just kind of skip that. We talked about earlier in the week, you can have your Lego vehicles that we made. So I'll just start him right there. You've also got a chance to have Lego houses and Lego pieces we made with those also. So I'm going to put my Lego house, or part of it, over here in this corner. And we're going to get ready to do our animation. So what we do from that is, let's see if I can slide this over a little bit and get it just right on the screen so you don't see any of the background stuff at all, or the stuff behind the background. Perfect, we've got it. So now, with your mouse right here, every time we want to do it, we hit capture. So when you hit capture, that's going to save a picture. All right, so I'm going to hit capture, and then I am going to take and move my vehicle just a tiny bit. All right, so I'm going to add a person to my vehicle, so I'm going to take it out of there for just a second. Do you guys see what happens there? Is that you guys get to see exactly where that was? So now I'm going to move it just a little bit. Not very much at all. I just moved my person just a tiny bit, or my vehicle a little bit, and I'm going to click. And now I'm going to move it a tiny bit more. And I'm going to click capture again. Keep doing this over and over and over. Is you're moving just a tiny bit each time. And once I hit capture, what this is going to do, you see my hand coming in there on the screen. What this is going to do when we finish the animation is you will see all of these screens, all of this movement, without seeing everything I did to make it happen. And I've got to do it small, and this is going to take a long time. That's why we're kind of doing our movie today in two parts, because I want you to do this part, which is just moving your stuff over and over until you get a nice animation, a nice movement. And the more you do it, the smaller your movements are, the nicer it's gonna look. Did you know that this is actually not the way that the Lego movie is made? Because the Lego movie, all the little Lego pieces and things they have on that were done in the computer. So the Lego movie was not made like this, but movies like The Nightmare Before Christmas, a little show called Creature Comforts, all of those shows were made just like this. And it does take a super long time to do it, but I'm just clicking every time. I'm moving it just a little bit. Because it takes at least 24 of these pictures every second to make it look like motion. So even though I've been going at this for several minutes now, moving this just a little bit at a time, I've only made a few seconds of video. right. So we've got this guy like parked right there. And since we have him parked, we're going to go ahead and we'll get someone else, another figure, and we're going to add to the video is we're going to have somebody come out of the house, right? So let's capture a couple of screenshots again there, and then from out, we're going to see our person. Let's start him. Whoop. We don't want to catch the part where he falls over, right? So let's just start him standing right here. And this is our Lego Bob Ross, one of my favorite painter guys. Come on, Bob, stand up there. Make your Lego person stand up. Let's capture him again. And you got to be careful where he's fallen over, because then, you know, it doesn't work exactly the way it should. Capture. Moving him a tiny bit at the time, and I'm checking my screen every single time so you know exactly where he was on the last one. And also to make sure that I get my hand out of there every single time too. Because you got to get your hand all the way out of there, because it will show up in your picture if you leave it in there. So I'm sticking him down, I hope. Capture. Turn him a little bit. And then there's Bob. So now I'm going to take my guy in the vehicle and let's move him up to see Bob. You could be doing this both at the same time. Like I could be moving him and Bob in the same shot. Like right now he's coming up kind of behind Bob. I could, in the same shot, I could move Bob and I could move the other guy. And then, so move him, move Bob over, get my hand free. Told you, this takes a long time. That's why I'm going to give you like a whole day to do this before I tell you what else we can do with it. So we've got him and Bob up there together. Turn him. Turn Bob. Maybe capture again. And then look, we could just bend them back a little bit to where they look like they're going to be a little bit surprised. Oh, and then Bob falls over, and then maybe this guy falls over. Or maybe he comes back up and he laughs. All right, then we turn him again, and you decide what you're going to have him do. I'm just going to have him kind of run straight. at the camera. And hopefully in just a sec, you're going to see what that looks like. Okay, so right now I've captured all of these frames. I'm going to go ahead and hit save for it right there. Hit save the movie. Give my movie a name. I'm just going to call this Meet Bob. All right, type that in. And I'm going to hit OK. It's going to ask me where I want to save it. You'll save this to your Google Docs, Meet Bob. I'm just going to put it on my desktop. Get this little window out of the way. I can move my camera back because the camera doesn't have to focus on that stuff anymore. You guys can look back and see what I'm doing while I'm working on it. So I'm going to save that Meet Bob to the desktop. There it is. You see, hey, hi, I'm me on there as well now, but we're kind of done with this. We can actually play it back and check out what we have. So here comes the truck. It's coming in there. It's backing up. Bob comes out. Hey, how you doing, Bob? Bob moves over. Oh, they fall down. Ha, ha, ha. And come to the thing. Man, that was a lot of work for just a teeny tiny little bit of stuff, right? Well, again, that's what stop motion is. Stop motion animation is very teeny tiny, small little bits at a time. It doesn't last very long. So that is stop motion animator, and that's how you can animate using Legos or anything else. If you want to know more about animating with Legos or make your learn more about stop motion in general, what you can do is if you check out YouTube and you go to my channel, www.youtube.com/Mr. ONEALS art class. When that comes up, hopefully that's going to come up. There you go. You can check out the videos of what I've done the other days. But in addition to that, if you go over here and you check out my playlists, all right, and you might even have to go down here to like created playlists or all playlists, whatever. But if you start surfing through those, oh, it's loading again. If you start surfing through there's all these how to draw things down here. And one of them, if we go down far enough, because they're never in the order that you want them to be, move on down. Wire sculpture, that was a fun one. Bob Ross painting, Bob Ross, yeah. Scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. It's been a while since I've taught this in class, so that's why the playlist is like all the way down here toward the bottom, I believe. So we've got stick figure animation. Stick figure animation will teach you that sort of kind of same thing. There's a whole playlist on stop motion animation, and there's some other student movies that you can check out as well. So if you go in here and if you want to see some of the other things that they've done, you go ahead and click this view full playlist, and here's a second grade Lego movie from a while ago. You can check that out. Or you can go back and go to this stop motion playlist, look through here, and it's got this tutorial. So if you get tired of watching me, you can watch these guys. There's a whole Lego stop motion tutorial, stop motion animating a walk, more. Look at all these videos where you can learn how to animate your Lego movies at home, okay? So watch these, use your stop motion animator the way that I have just showed you how to. Go ahead and check that out. Oops, I think I hit play on one of them. Didn't mean to do that. So you can get it won't stop playing. Anyway, you can do all those things. Check it out. Show me some of your movies, all right? I want to see them. david.o'neill@orange.k12.nc.us. Send me your movies. And tomorrow, because this was a pretty boring movie, right? The movie that we had, let's see if I can't bring it back out here and show you again to remind you, is let's play this movie. Lego guy, here, scrolling around, right near the house that we made. Boom. right there. Bob Ross, hey, how's it going? There's no sound. It's kind of boring. It's kind of plain. It's kind of easy. So on tomorrow's show, we're going to take this movie that I've saved today and maybe another one. We might do something else. We're going to take a movie and I'm going to show you how to add sound. I'm going to show you how to make sound effects and add all those things and make your movie much better. All right. So, art friends, I will see you tomorrow and we will see some more Lego stop motion animation. Okay. Have a good evening. See Bob? There's Bob. I love Bob. Oh, oop, oop, Bob falls over. Oh my. Okay. Good night.